What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. But not anymore. For decades, the neon glow of Sin City drew gamblers and thrill seekers from around the world. But now the chips are down, crowds are thinning, the buzz is fading, and the city built on non-stop excitement faces decline. Could Las Vegas really be losing its magic? On today's episode of the Infographic Show, we're revealing the shocking decline of America's desert oasis and why no one is going to Las Vegas anymore. Las Vegas is a massive metropolitan area, and many of them would bristle at the idea that they're nothing but a resort city. The metro area contains 2.4 million residents, the majority of the state of Nevada. When people think of Las Vegas, most picture the Strip, a glittering stretch of casinos, hotels, nightclubs, theaters, and restaurants built to lure tourists from around the globe. It's become the symbol of Sin City itself, a place where high rollers chase fortune, and millions more come just to experience the spectacle. And it's because in Vegas, just about anything is possible. The city was incorporated in 1905, and by 1931, it had re-legalized gambling. That helped to put it on the map, and today high-stakes games of chance are the thing most people associate with the city. It didn't get the nickname Sin City for its churches, although you can find those too. You can even get married by Elvis. Today, there are over 150 gambling venues in the Las Vegas metro area, ranging from rinky-dink gaming parlors to the fancy high-end casinos that attract the high rollers. And the city hasn't stopped trying to be on the cutting edge of pleasure. It liberalized its laws on marijuana in 2017. But don't worry, you can still bring the kids. Surprisingly, Vegas today is actually more family-friendly than ever before. The gaming floors and certain shows may be adults only, but most casinos now pack in entertainment for all ages. Concert halls, arcades, restaurants, shops, even amusement rides. Sure, some old-school gamblers complain their den of sin has gone commercial, but Las Vegas business owners couldn't be happier. After all, the goal of a vacation city is simple: everyone should be able to come and have a good time. That is, if you can afford it. Remember the first time you went to Disney World? It was the greatest place in the world until you saw the price of a Mickey-shaped ice cream bar and realized just how little that $20 your dad gave you would actually buy. Las Vegas is like that, except it is the entire Strip. If you go to some of the smaller casinos or off the Strip entirely, you might be able to find some good food deals, but the city has made a point of catering to tourists who are here to live the high life and not look at their bank account until after the trip. It's a business model that has been working for them for a long time. At least it was. If you walk the streets of Las Vegas these days, you might be shocked by how calm it feels. People who regularly visit describe the city as empty even. The casino floors no longer erupt with flashing lights and deafening sounds when someone hits a jackpot. The buffets have a shorter line, if you can even find an open one. You might even be able to find a good seat at one of the nighttime concerts and maybe even a penthouse view of the Strip in your hotel. Almost everyone can agree that something is rotten in Sin City. The problem is, they just can't agree about why. Most of the reports about Las Vegas being empty are hearsay, from people visiting the city or those working here. But there are some data points out there, and it is not pretty. The most recent results come from June 2025, and the numbers don't lie. Only 3.1 million people visited Vegas that month. That is 400,000 fewer than the year before, a drop of 11%. Hotel occupancy is down 6.5%, and airport traffic down 4%. That is a real loss, no matter the cause. And that trickles down through the city. Las Vegas is a city based almost entirely around tourism, and when the tourists stop coming, there is less money to be made. Many businesses operate on a shoestring budget, making heavy investments to keep those outside tourists coming in. A slowdown can make them start losing money fast. And on the opposite end of the spectrum are the tipped workers in Vegas, working in the restaurants and the clubs. As the tourism dries up, so do the tips, and many people might find themselves not able to make rent. And there might not be just one problem to solve. As with every other crisis facing this country, the first thing people do about it is argue. And there's plenty to argue about. The most straightforward explanation for why Vegas is struggling is that it costs a lot of money to go there, and there isn't as much money to go around. Inflation has been climbing for months, stretching every dollar thinner, while more people struggle to find steady work. Add in pricey flights and hotels, and it's no wonder many gamblers choose to skip Vegas for now. And even the veteran gamers might be folding. Vegas's time as a haven for gambling alongside Atlantic City and New Jersey gave it a steady base of diehards for a very long time. But that stranglehold may be lessening as more and more states play home to casinos. This is largely due to the ongoing expansion of casinos on native land, where local gambling laws don't apply. Casinos know seniors love to play, so plenty of towns run buses packed with round-trip tickets and game cards, meaning Mima and Gam Gam can get their slot fix without setting foot in Vegas. But it is not enough to keep your old fans, you have to get new ones. We've all seen the headlines, "Are millennials killing mayonnaise? Will Gen Z kill the buffet?" But in the case of Vegas, it might be more accurate. Younger generations are less drawn to traditional vices like smoking and drinking, and they haven't been flocking to Vegas in the same numbers as their parents. Those who do gamble often prefer online betting over slot machines on the Strip. Vegas has tried to adapt, shifting focus from gambling to concerts, clubs, and spectacles aimed at millennials and Gen Z, to which the kids say, "We don't have any money." Both generations have seen their fortunes turn out far grimmer than they were hoping. Millennials were hit by a combination of wars at the turn of the century and a devastating recession that hit many of them just as they were joining the job market. Many have still not found their footing fully in the economy, and they tend to be more frugal than previous generations. Gen Z, meanwhile, grew up immersed in digital culture, and they tend not to like ostentatious displays of wealth, something Vegas is very well known for. The generation also has economic troubles, many of them dating back to the COVID-19 shutdown. That means Sin City hasn't quite gained the foothold it has with older generations among either age group. And in many ways, the city is still digging its way out of a hole. Las Vegas is possibly the city in the United States most driven by tourism, neck and neck with Orlando. While the wider metro area does have a large population, its economy is intertwined with the success of the Strip. So no city was hit harder by the COVID-19 shutdowns than this one. The state had Democratic leadership at the time, and those states tended to take a more sobering approach to COVID. Vegas had longer shutdowns of key businesses than Texas or Arizona did, and many of the businesses suffered. Many never came back from the hiatus, and the casinos had to find new tenants. And one business shows this more than any other. What is the one thing you associate most with Vegas? Beyond slot machines and showgirls, it's probably buffets, endless spreads of luxury, perfect for celebrating a lucky day at the slots. But that might be a thing of the past. While several high-end buffets have stuck around the Strip, like the Bacchanal at Caesar's Palace, many have closed their doors. Most of the buffets these days are found off the Strip, with many hotels replacing them with food halls where gamblers can get a quick bite. Some say COVID exposed that these places were unsanitary, while others say it's another piece of the magic that was Vegas. The COVID shockwaves hit the city hard, and that led to many in the area calling for new leadership. But they may not have gotten what they wanted out of it. A lot has changed in the United States since early 2025, but Las Vegas may be the place you'd expect to be thriving. After all, the city is built on luxury, and few places in the world cater to that lifestyle more completely. With strong ties to finance and entertainment, and a state government eager to support growth, Las Vegas seemed poised for a boom. But unintended consequences were waiting. Las Vegas is one of America's most popular tourist cities, and it's also one of the most international cities. When powerful people visit from abroad, Vegas is often their first stop. It's home to high-stakes tables, luxury dining, and world-class bars with unforgettable views. It's the kind of place where a Danish royal, a Qatari emir, and a Japanese auto executive might sit side by side at the same poker table, all speaking the universal language of high-end luxury. Except that international feel is quickly becoming a thing of the past. The United States has taken a new approach to diplomacy in recent years, reshaping long-standing relationships. Proposals to purchase Greenland from Denmark, tariffs on major trading partners, and disputes with China have all raised tensions. Most notably, repeated remarks about Canada becoming the 51st state have sparked backlash. Since Canadians take their sovereignty very seriously, this has led to boycotts. And because Canada is one of the United States' largest source of tourists, American businesses have begun to feel the impact. But other people are more worried about getting in or getting out. Immigration enforcement has also tightened significantly, with particular focus on those in the country illegally from Mexico and Central America. Las Vegas, like any major tourist destination, relies heavily on service workers. While many of the customer-facing employees are American citizens, the broader workforce also includes many migrants. Stricter enforcement has contributed to staffing shortages, especially in hotel maintenance. And at the prices Las Vegas charges, any decline in services is quickly noticed. But it's not just the staff who are worried. Although enforcement has been directed at specific groups, there's a broader perception that no one is entirely safe, including tourists. Border authorities have tightened their checks on passports and visas, and even minor errors in paperwork can result in travelers being detained. In the past, such cases were often resolved by placing the person on the next flight home, but now many are sent to immigration detention instead. One of the most notable cases involved a cartoonist from the United Kingdom who arrived for a convention and was held for more than a week while her government arranged her release. And that's led many people to wonder, is a visit to Vegas worth it right now? And one of the ugly truths of tourism is that when someone stops coming, someone else has to make up the shortfall. You'll see it in Disney World. Families might complain about the Disney adults taking over the parks, but if they weren't there binge buying one of every last plushie, Disney would raise the prices on families even more to cover the gap. And if international guests aren't coming to Vegas anymore, the city will have to get more of that money out of the American tourists. And that's led to some truly hair-raising statistics. A lot of things in Las Vegas have always been overpriced, and that is part of the experience. If you're betting big in a luxury casino, what's another $25 cocktail or $100 buffet as long as the lobster's fresh? But for those more casual visitors, the sticker shock can set in quickly, starting with when you pay up to $9 for your morning coffee. By a similar note, a bagel with lox here can set people back close to $30, which has probably led to some heart attacks for New Yorkers. And that means Las Vegas has to find some other ways to make money. Las Vegas was always a unique town, but over the last few years it's gotten downright weird, and that's a good thing. It used to draw a very specific type of vacationer, the kind who dropped piles of cash on the slots and tables with just enough time left for a bar crawl and a steakhouse dinner. But today's Vegas traveler is very different. It's still a popular spot for the high-end gamblers, but they have been joined by bachelor party revelers and some bachelorettes. It is Sin City after all. And then there are the families, all of whom come with their own interests. So Vegas is trying to be everything for everyone. One of Vegas's biggest moneymakers, besides the casinos, is food. And that's why each casino has multiple restaurants in it. But the Vegas dining scene goes far beyond that now. There are the buffets and chain restaurants, along with celebrity restaurants by Bobby Flay and Gordon Ramsay, but you'll also find some true high-end dining. While Las Vegas has no Michelin stars, the guide stopped covering the city, it still boasts some of the country's most acclaimed restaurants. One standout is Jose Andres' intimate tasting menu spot, hidden near his popular Jaleo Tapas and Paella restaurant in the Cosmopolitan Resort. This is one of the hottest tickets in town, and people are willing to pay over $300 a person for it. For kids who are wondering why they're not in Disney World instead, Las Vegas has upped its amusements in the recent years. One of the city's most famous sights is the Big Shot, a massive drop tower atop the Strat skyscraper, one of the most terrifying rides in the world. It's joined by several other thrill rides in the city, including the Big Apple Coaster at the New York Hotel and the massive Adventure Dome, an indoor amusement park packed with roller coasters and attractions. Together, they have made Las Vegas a must-visit stop for amusement park vloggers. These rides are a big moneymaker because, unlike at a larger amusement park, most of these require people to pay by the ride, not by the ticket. These attractions are pulling in those already there, but Vegas is quickly trying to up the ante. Some of the newest Vegas attractions are among the largest scale and most bizarre the country has ever seen. A perfect example is Area 15, a unique experimental arts and entertainment complex a mile west of the Strip. Filled with a variety of interactive art exhibits, rides, and bars, it's most known for Omega Mart, a bizarre maze-like attraction that starts as a walk through a weird grocery store and then turns into a journey in alien wilderness. And even one of the world's top theme park companies is getting in on the fun. One of the biggest recent additions to Las Vegas is Universal Horror Unleashed, a year-round haunted house experience created by the Universal Studios theme park team. Drawing on the stories and the mazes from their acclaimed Halloween Horror Nights, the attraction offers multiple scare zones inspired by iconic horror films and is expected to draw fans from across the country. But no attraction got more attention for Vegas than this one. It's rare that a new attraction not only becomes a hit, but a meme. Somehow, the Sphere pulled it off. The massive dome-shaped venue has hosted everyone from U2 to Dolly Parton, making it one of the most expensive and most sought-after concert halls in the country. But what really made it famous is the show on the outside. The venue is constantly projecting visuals on the outside of the dome, some of them beautiful, some of them mysterious, and some of them hilarious. It's certainly gotten people talking about Vegas, and a new Sphere in London was even under discussion but eventually broke down. So there's a lot more to do in Vegas, but will it be enough to save the city? If you ask those on the ground, the outlook is still cloudy. While all these attractions have brought new attention to the city, you can't eat buzz and drink hype. The numbers are still down, coming off what should have been one of the city's best seasons. After all, summer is the key to just about every tourist destination's success. It's when most people are available to travel, and everyone loves summer, right? Well, except maybe not in Las Vegas. One of Vegas's biggest Achilles heels going forward might have nothing to do with the economy. It might have to do with Mother Nature, which is quite the strict disciplinarian when it comes to the American Southwest. Anyone who lives in the area knows the city can get well into the triple digits for weeks at a time. In recent years, the hundreds have given way to the 110s, making it brutally uncomfortable for everyone to be outside, even for short periods. That's why Las Vegas has increasingly been pivoting to indoor entertainment in recent years. But if it keeps getting hotter, the odds may not be in their favor. Las Vegas's power grid is the key to its success. Not only does it keep the air conditioning running during those brutal heat waves, but it keeps all those bright lights running all night long. And as the heat waves get longer and more intense, more and more pressure will be placed on the grid. Right now, Vegas has one big thing going for it. It still has a reputation for being a place for pleasure. The reputation is Las Vegas may be an expensive place, but people know that when they go there, they're gonna have a good time. But all it takes is one PR disaster for things to go south. And the stakes are high for Vegas, and getting higher all the time. Right now, Vegas is surviving based on its reputation and expanded tourism opportunities. It's still seeing a healthy trickle of tourists and business travelers, with plenty of successful conventions being held there every year. But the place may have set itself up for failure by success. Las Vegas is designed to keep humming constantly throughout the year. There's always something new to see and do. And as soon as the tourism starts to drop at all, it's incredibly noticeable. When the most bustling city in the country takes a nap, people sit up. Any struggle the city has is going to be under a microscope, which means that it may be time to roll the dice again. Right now, Vegas is a more diverse place than ever before. Many casinos and other property owners have taken big bets on food, entertainment, amusements, and more. Now it's a waiting game to see which of them hits it big, and that may entice the city to go all in. For now, the high rollers can only watch the tourist numbers, hope global politics stays steady, and distract themselves with a few high-stakes hands of poker. Vegas might be losing its crowds, but the casinos still have some wild secrets. Watch crazy true stories from casino security to hear what really goes on behind the cameras, or click on this video instead.